Good day, students. Once again, this is example 2.2 on BODMAS rule. We are on BODMAS rule, and we know that the BODMAS rule says brackets of division, multiplication, addition, then after subtraction. Now we are required to simplify this fraction, and it's a mixed fraction divided by a fraction divided by a fraction of a mixed fraction. So let's start with the mixed fraction. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So this will give us 9 over 4. Then after we have a fraction now, which is 3 over 4, meaning a fraction divided by a fraction, 3 over 4. A fraction divided by a fraction, we can change the division into multiplication, and our numerator becomes the denominator. Then we no longer have this, but we have multiplied this by 4 over 3, because we are always to change as a division into multiplication whenever two fractions are divided. So now in this case, we don't say divide, but to say multiply this by 4 over 3, and we close our brackets, we draw the line as usual. And we can say 3 goes to 3 once, 3 goes to 9 3 times, 4 goes to 4 once, and 4 goes to 4 once. 3 times 1, 3 times that one, then it will give us 3 divided by 1 times 1, because we are only left with 1s at the bottom. It will be 3 over 1 for the upper side. We come at the bottom, we have 3 over 2. Off is multiplication, then this off, it means multiplication. Then I will say 1 times 9 is 9 plus 7 is 16. 1 times 9 is 9 plus 7, that will give us 16. Therefore now we have 16 over 9. Now we already have the multiplication, but we do have numbers that fit in our numbers, which in this case 3 does go to 3 once, and 3 does go to 9 3 times, and in this case again 2 does go to 16 8 times, and 2 does go to 2 once. So here at the bottom we are left with 8 times 1, this will give us 8, and 3 times 1, this will give us 3. That means we are left with 8 over 3 at the bottom. But you don't have to write these things, they might make your work look a little bit clumsy, but it's good workings to keep at the back of your mind. So now we come to the next stage of simplification. That means we are left with 3 over 1. Remember that which I've shown there on top. Divide by 8 over 3. Why am I saying divide by 8 over 3? Remember, this is the division sign or the division line, and I'm removing the division line into a division sign. That means this is the same as 3 over 1 divided by 8 over 3. So I'm changing the division line into a division sign. How do I do that? I just say divide by 8 over 3 is the same thing as divide by 8 over 3. Nothing has changed. I just put it next to one another. Why am I doing this? Because I want it to be very simpler for you, so that we know that a fraction divided by a fraction, we change the division into a multiplication, and our denominator becomes a numerator, and our numerator becomes a denominator. That means now what do? We say no longer divide, but we say multiply this by 3 over 8, where now our numerator becomes the denominator, and our denominator becomes a numerator. Then we say now 3 times 3, it gives us 9 over 8. So this is the final or the semi-final answer, to be honest. Then we must leave it in a more simplified version. 8 goes to the number 9, it goes once and leaves the remainder of how much? Of 1, because 8 goes to 9 once, then plus 1, that becomes 9, it leaves the remainder of 1 over 8. So now this becomes our final simplified version of the answer that was required. Thank you guys very much.